Hello friends, welcome to Shakti's Knowledge Hub. Myself Dr. Shakti Suganya. Today we are going to discuss about the different places where the business is engaging in a different forms. Like we all know about management and we know it is applicable and it will be used in the organization in a different situation and in a different requirements and different aspects. So here in the today's discussion we are going to see what are the different forms of companies or different forms of organization which is existing in the world. So in which aspect each and every places the management has been used. So this is what we are going to discuss in detail. Business organization and environmental factors. So here we are going to talk about the different forms or different types of business organization and the environmental factors, how the environmental factors has been structured or categorized. This is again a very big topic, but still for an idea we are going to have an introduction about each and everything in a short form, and each and every form of organization will have a detailed things to be discussed and things to know. So that thing will be discussing in a separate subject called business organization. Each and every aspect of organization will be in a very detailed manner in a different chapters. An organization is a place where a group of people intentionally organized to accomplish a common or a set of goals. The following are the type of business organization. So it is a place where a group of people or n number of people will be joining together for what purpose? To achieve a common goal. So we are going to discuss some of the list of organization. Out of that, the first is sole proprietorship. So this is a terminology we all know, like the word itself is explaining. Sole proprietorship means the ownership is vested with the single individual. So this is also the place where the management is also implying, and let's see what is the nature of sole proprietorship. These firms are owned by one person, usually the individual who has day-to-day responsibility for running the business. This is completely owned and controlled by one individual. So the ownership is vested with the single individual. So that's why it is called as the sole proprietorship. And this person will take care of all the day-to-day activity. Sole proprietorship owns all the assets of the business and the profit generated by it. Whether it is asset or whether it is profit or loss, everything will be with the hand of the sole proprietor. None of the other people will be responsible for any of the assets or any of the profit or loss which is gaining or which is getting or which is resulting through the organization, that is through the sole proprietorship. They also assume complete personal responsibility for all of its liabilities or debts, as we discussed. Even it is profit or the loss or debts, it is the responsibility of that individual owner. It is the eye of the law. You are one in the same with the business. So the person who is the owner and the business is one and the same. Both are same. And the second form of organization is partnership. In a partnership, two or more people share ownership of a single business. Like proprietorship, the law does not exist between the business and its owner. Partnership means more than one person. Two or more person, they will join together to start a business. Each and every person will bring their contribution in aspect of investment and also in work and all the other sources. And the partnership itself is having a different types. That thing we will discuss in a later video in a detailed manner. Each and every person will bring their own work or responsibility to the business. Here the business and ownership is not same. They will consider as a different thing. That the law does not exist distinction between the business and the owners. The partnership should have a legal agreement that sets forth how decisions will be made, profits will be shared, disputes will be resolved, how future partners will be admitted to the partnership, how partners can be brought out, or what step will be taken to dissolve the partnership when needed. While starting the business through the partnership form, they will have a deed or agreement for all the informations to be highlighted, starting from their decision making and what are all the roles and responsibility to each and every people, how the profit and loss will be shared, and which person is vested with which responsibility. Likewise, each and everything will be completely enclosed in the document, that is called the deed or agreement. Third form of organization is the corporations. We all heard about the different corporations which is engaging in different cities in different places. So that is what about the corporation. This is one type of business organization. A corporation chartered by the state in which it is headquarters is considered by the law to be a unique entity. separate and apart from those who owned it. So this is separate from the owner. In the partnership firm and in the individual sole proprietorship firm, we know that person and the business is one and the same. But here it is not like that. The person who owned the organization or the corporation will be separate from the business. A corporation can be taxed, it can be sued, it can enter into contractual agreement. The owners of the corporations are its shareholders. So that corporation will have a tax, like they have to file a tax whenever the cycle is coming. The corporation can be taxed, that is the tax accessible. And also the contractual agreement, they will have a contract for any of the work, like any partial works to be done by other people, they can go with some of the contractual agreement or something. And the owners of the corporations are like these shareholders. They are one of the part. It is not possible to own by one single individual in case of corporation. So that owners of that corporation will be like a shareholders. The shareholders elect the board of director to oversee the major policies and decisions. So what they are doing here, they will be conducting the elections to identify or to post the board of director. That person will have a rights or authority to make the major policies or to take decisions and all. The corporation has a life of its own and does not dissolve when ownership changes. So the people will be changing, the role of ownership will be changing from one period to another period, but the life of the company still exists for the long period of time. It never dissolve or it never be closed when one ownership is getting changed. And the next form of organization is the joint stock company. So this can be either private or public, and this is also a very vast area where we need to know about the different aspects like stocks, shares and so many other things. And each and everything, there are different categories. Let's see them in detail later. The limited financial resources and heavy burden of risk involved in both of the previous forms of organization has led to the formation of the joint stock company. In case of investment, the previous thing, the investment will be made by the people who is the owner of those organization. But in case of joint stock company, the case is completely different. Here the stocks or the shares will be issued in general. Even a commoner or a general public, we can buy a share from the companies. We can buy the share from any of the companies which we preferred, which is under the concept of joint stock company. We will be a shareholder by buying the shares from that particular company. Like any number of shares we can buy. These things I will show you in a different aspect, like practical manner, how the stock exchange is engaging, how the share market is going on, the plus and minus, the ups and downs of share values. Each and everything is a very big area to be learnt. The capital is raised by selling the shares of different values. So they will fix the value for each and every share. In that basis, the shares will be brought by some of the shareholders. So that can be considered as the investment. The person who purchased the share is called as the shareholder. So if I purchased any share, any number of share, I will be called as the shareholder. I am also one of the part in that particular company. The managing body known as the board of director, who is responsible for policy making important financial and technical decisions. The maximum amount in the more shares, that person will be called as the managing body, who is called as the board of director, and who will be responsible for all the decision making, policy making and all the other important aspect of the organization. There are two main type of joint stock companies, private limited and public limited company. So these private and public both are joint stock company, but still both having a differences in nature, and also the share count and some of the regulations will be getting differ from one to another. Let's see what is private limited company. This type of company can be formed by two or more person. So minimum 2 person is required. Minimum of 2 person can make a company, and the title called the private limited company, and the maximum number of membership is limited to 50. So at the maximum they can have only 50 members as a member of the private limited company. In this, transfer of shares is limited to members only. The government also does not interfere in the working of the company. The minimum number of person is 2 and the maximum is 50. So the share is also to be issued within this number of people, and rights and regulation and whatever the decision making power or everything to be held within the number of person who is engaging in the private limited company. That is between the number. Example, company X is there, they have 20 number of person as the shareholder or the owner. So they have all those rights, responsibility, profit, loss sharing, everything within them. Not even the government can interfere in those companies. And the next is public limited company. It is one whose membership is open to general public. The minimum number required to form such a company is 7, but there is no upper limit. Here, so how in case of private limited company, the maximum is 50 and the minimum is 2. In case of public limited company, the minimum number of persons to be there to start the company is 7 and the maximum is unlimited. Any number of person can be a shareholder of the company. Like I gave an example while discussing about the joint stock company. Even I can also be a shareholder. You can also buy a share. Even nowadays we all having the different apps and different mobile source of business is also available. So everything is like the public limited company. Such companies can advertise to offer its share to the general public through the prospectus. These public limited companies are subjected to greater control and supervision. They will have a set of controlling authority, and that set of people will have a discussion and they will decide to issue their shares in the general public, and that is through the prospectus, and all the work of the business will be engaging under the control of that particular team of people, and this is what the nature of public limited company. The next form of business organization is public corporation. A public corporation is wholly owned by the government. It can be either center or state. So this is completely by the government. That's why it is mentioned as the public. Completely run and completely under the control of the government. So it can be either central or state. It is established usually by the special act of parliament. Any special act which is passed by the parliament, in that aspect this public corporation will be formed. Special statute also prescribes its management patterns, powers, duties and jurisdiction. Through the total capital is provided by the government. They have a separate entity and enjoy independence in matters related to appointment, promotions, etc. So the complete investment will be made by the government, either it can be central or the state. They will have some set of rules and regulations to be followed, but in case of management aspects like appointment or promotion, there the people, those who are engaging or working or those who are taking a lead role, can take a chance of doing decisions based on appointments and promotions and so on. And the last form of business organization is the government companies. State enterprises can also be organized in the form of joint stock company. That is, even the government can also take a joint stock company, that is the public limited one. And the government company is any company in which the shares capital is held by the central government or partially by the central government and partly by one or more state government. So either the control can be completely with the central government or sometimes with the state government or maybe in a partial manner. It is managed by the elected board of directors. So here, to identify or to fix the board of director role, they will conduct an election among the members, which may include the private individuals. These are accountable for its working to the concerned ministry or department, and its annual report is required to be placed every year on the table of the parliament. So this is completely under the control of either central government or state government. It is the responsibility of the board of director and the team to submit their annual report. That is what is the progress of that organization for the entire year. That will be called as the annual report. They have to submit in front of the parliament or the state legislature. Depends on its nature, either whether it is state or the central, along with the comments of the government to concerned department. So if they have any comments to be discussed, that also to be enclosed, which is based on that particular department. And the next is about the environmental factors. We know what is environment: our immediate surrounding, our nearby, our in and around people, or some of the factors which is called as the environment. And here is the classification of environmental factors. On the basis of the extent of intimacy with the firm, the environmental factors may be classified into two aspects, namely internal and external. So the environmental in the sense our immediate surrounding, that can be in the two aspects, either internal or external. Let's see them in detail. Internal environmental factors. The internal environment is the environment that has the direct impact on the business. The internal factors are generally controllable because the company has the control over those factors. It can be altered or modified those factors. The internal environment factors are resources, capabilities, and the culture. So the internal environment in the sense who is having a direct impact on the business. So it can be either the people, those who are directly or very closely connected to the business organization. So automatically they will have a control over those factors and they can take decisions according to that situation. And those internal factors can be called as the resources. So the human capital or any of the investment and other thing, and capabilities as well as culture. So these factors are called as the internal environmental factors. External environment factors. It refers to the environment that has an indirect influence on the business. The factors are uncontrollable by the business. The two type of external environments are micro environment and macro environment. So external in the sense the people or any of the factors which is outside the organization or who is indirectly connecting or very rarely connecting with the organization. Maybe some of the government or any of the policies or any of the other sources which is indirectly or rarely connecting with the business environment. And again, this external environment is classified into two aspects called the micro and macro environment. So this topic will also be discussed in the subject called business organization in a detailed manner. Okay friends, with this we are concluding our today's discussion and we'll see you all soon in our next video. If this is the first time you are seeing our channel, do subscribe and hit the bell icon for the future notification. See you all soon. Have a good day. Bye.